Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Aditi and today I am a part of the Watercolor Wonders video hop by Altenew, where we are celebrating the Mint Gardener collection in collaboration with Altenew. This collection comes with stunning stamp sets with coordinated stencils and dies for a few of them. I am going to be creating a single card in this video, but stay tuned till the end because I share a variety of other cards that I have created using this collection. There are amazing prizes to win in this video hop, so definitely hop along, leave comments on each designer's video, subscribe to our channels to enter the fabulous giveaway. Today in my video, I have used the Cupcake Cosmos 3D embossing folder and embossed that on black cardstock just to create a nice card panel. This is slightly smaller than an A2 size card panel because I use gold cardstock to add another layer of matte. I am playing with the Peony and Lilac Swag stamp set using the coordinated stencils which come with this perfect layering guide to explain which stencil colors which particular petals. So I have already stamped my flower cluster on cardstock and emboss that with gold embossing powder, and let's dive right into the ink blending process. Now in this video I'm showing you how I tend to mix up colors to add depth, dimension and variety in my flowers. I begin with fresh lemon and add this nice lemony yellow through the first stencil on my petals for the peonies, as well as the smaller bud kind of peonies on the top and the bottom. And I am using Pocketful of Sunshine, Martian Terrain, Warm and Cozy for the flowers. For the leaves, I'm using the Nature's Wonders set to ink blend everything. Now moving on to the second stencil, I am bringing in my second yellow, that's maple yellow, just to create a darker kind of petal after I've used fresh lemon. So ink blending the layers with maple yellow, I have started to create a little variation between the petals of my flower. Now once I have completed ink blending the maple yellow, keeping the same layer of the stencil right where it is, I am bringing in a little orange cream just at the base of the petals. So with that, I am able to create a little variation variety and introduce my second color, which is orange, into the petals of the flower so that by the end, when I increase the intensity of the oranges, everything looks in sync and like a perfect blooming peony. So just blending in the orange cream, I am then moving to the other petals on the same stencil and starting in with orange cream and adding just that for this to create that deeper, darker orange on some of the petals of the peonies. So once that is done, I am then going to move ahead to the next orange, that is Autumn Blaze, and I am adding that to the other petals, moving forward in my coloring, shifting the stencils. So this brings in that deeper, darker reddish orange that I need for these peonies right in the center of the flower, bringing in that brightness, that contrast that is going to really make this card stunning and glow and shine through. So once I'm happy, I am then moving to maple yellow again just to add the yellow to those smaller flowers at the top and the bottom. And then for the lilac, I am starting with Canyon Clay. Now this comes with just one single layer on the stencil. So keeping that same layer in place, I go back in with burnt red at a few places. And then I am going back in with mahogany bark, which is like the darkest from Martian Terrain, just at the base of certain petals and randomly adding here and there to the lilac to bring in some depth and dimension. Moving forward to the last layer of the stencil, I am going to color in the leaves. So like I said, I am using Nature's Wonders. I begin with the lightest ink, Misty More, and I just go and add a light layer of ink blending to all the leaves, and then I move to the second color, and in the same way to the third and fourth color to bring in that shading and variety and darken my leaves mostly at the base and leaving the tips lighter. So all the four ink colors in this set are really perfect and go well with my peonies for this bouquet, and they add the perfect green that I was looking for, which is more of a warmer green matching the tone of the flowers that I have here. So just completing the ink blending and adding the layers, I am then going to use the coordinated die set and die cut this particular flower cluster so that I can begin layering and complete my card. So that's a look at the floral cluster. I used a black fine line pen and just outlined the border. And I'm going to trim this cluster down because I'm creating an A2 size card. So I want to add just multiple smaller floral clusters to fill the card. Now you can see I matted that black card front over on a gold cardstock just to bring in a little gold frame. And I am then just moving and playing around with these floral clusters. I have intentionally left this part in the video just for you to see how I play around to build my composition. I place the clusters, move them around until I feel like I'm happy with the way they look, and then go ahead and trim a little further. And I don't throw away any of these overhangs. I save them all to tuck them in and add them to my composition as I am completing the card. So once I'm happy with where the floral cluster needs to go, I am then adding pieces of foam adhesive and bringing in depth and dimension to the layers between my card front and the focal points. Placing the first cluster down, then it makes it easy. I repeat the same process on the second bigger cluster, and I constantly keep dry fitting and checking if I like the way it looks. And once I'm happy, I adhere it down. And then I have that little overhang piece which I am going to just stick with liquid adhesive onto the card, just bringing in that depth and variety between the foreground, background, and elements and how everything interacts on the card. Now for a finishing touch, I am bringing out my metallic pan set from Altenew and using gold paint to add splatters. This just ties everything together, the background and the foreground. Now for the sentiment, I have used Sending Hugs from the same stamp set, stamped and embossed that again with gold on black cardstock, and I am just adding that to my card right there at the bottom. Once done, I am using satin gold sequins and adding that to my card. So with that, this card is complete, and I would appreciate you leaving an orange heart in the comments down below for me to know that you have watched the video. Here is a closer look at the completed card, and I love the amount of light and contrast that I have achieved with the ink blending and everything against the black. Now, as promised, here are some more samples using the same collection. Again, here I have worked with a colored cardstock and gone in for a no-line blended look. In this particular card, I have used artist markers and colored the floral image with them. And I have then used this warm and fuzzy set which comes with a beautiful cluster and sentiments. I have created two cards with this, one on a darker maroon, and I have used vellum and a lot of heat embossing here for the gold. Another on black where I brought in the marble press plate for the background and used metallic paints to color in the image. With the garden bouquet set, you get a big floral cluster. So I have used one single floral cluster, watercolored it, and created two cards. So that's the first card where I have just again added that on black with a lot of embossing, and I have used watercolor brush markers to color this image in. Here is the second card, again in the same theme, and used a bigger sentiment from the same stamp set to add more meaning to this card. And lastly, using the embossing folder that I played with today, here is another card that I had created. I have used acrylic markers to color in these images over my embossed panel. So with that, I am leaving you all, and thank you for watching. And to enter the giveaway, again, like I said, definitely begin at Altenew's channel, hop along with us, watch the fantastic inspiration each designer has laid out for you, and enter the fabulous giveaway. Until the next time, take care and bye bye.